The half-brother of actor James McAvoy will face court charged with stealing a car just months after getting out of jail. Donald McAvoy, 28, is accused of stealing a 5-year-old grey Vauxhall Corsa Sciac from outside a house in Denny, Stirlingshire, on April 17. His lawyer Graham Walker asked Falkirk Sheriff Court on Wednesday by letter for the case to be continued without plea for 3 weeks. The court heard this was to allow him to take instructions from McAvoy, who is behind bars, who was not present in court. Sheriff Alison McKay continued the case without plea until August 22. McAvoy was in fresh legal trouble barely a few months after he was released from jail following a 9-month sentence for abduction. He last year abducted and beat a father of 4 over a £5,000 unpaid drug debt so badly that he was covered in blood and feared he may die. Share this article. Sheriff McAvoy and Stephen Killen, 30, then locked their victim Zahid Sadr in a car and drove him around for hours, demanding the cash owned by a mutual friend. While in jail, he was part of a gang that badly beat another inmate with a scrubbing brush in a row over a phone at Lomas Jail near Glasgow, according to The Sun. It was not clear if the beating, which got McAvoy moved to a different prison hall, was while he was in jail for abducting Mr. Sadr or after his latest arrest. The troubled young man was jailed at least another 3 times dating back to 2007, when he got 30 months for stabbing a man 10 times outside a bar. 7 years later, he was sentenced to 20 months in jail after 13,600 pounds of cocaine was found in his flat. Then in 2016 he was jailed for 6 months failing to stop for police and driving while disqualified and without insurance. James McAvoy, 39, who has also starred in films including Filth, Atonement, and Trance, is thought to have never met his half-brother, with whom he shares a father. The actor had a hard childhood on a notorious council estate in Glasgow and has not spoken to his father, Roofer James McAvoy SNR, since his childhood. McAvoy SNR told the Mail on Sunday in 2008, "It has been hard on me not being in his life, but I'm just glad that he seems happy. I hope one day he'll get in touch." McAvoy JNR was brought up by his maternal grandparents James and Mary Johnstone in a council house on the graffiti-decorated Drumchapel estate after his parents divorced. His father moved in with another woman, Mary McKinnon, and the actor refused to see his father from age 8 because he didn't like her, his father claimed. Life and death in the grim Glasgow housing estate where unemployment is rife and half the children live in poverty. Drumchapel is one of several large housing estates on the outskirts of Glasgow and is one of the most deprived communities in the region. Known by locals as the Drum, life expectancy for both men and women is lower than the Glasgow average. For men, it is 69.9. For women, 73.9. This is about 5 years less than the average for Glasgow, according to the National Records of Scotland. And data from 2011 provides another bleak statistic. Around 65% lived within 500 meters of vacant or derelict land. Developed in the 1950s as a response to the post-war housing shortage, the estate is about 6 miles from Glasgow city centre. When it was first built, there were no public transport links to the city apart from a twice-hourly bus service. People from Drumchapel were employed by the Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, the Singer Sewing Machine Company, Beatty's Biscuit Factory and the Clyde Shipyards. However, most of these jobs disappeared in the 1970s. Today, only 22% of householders in Drumchapel own their own homes and only 47% are in paid employment. Its population declined by more than 20% between 1996 and 2012 to 12,976, according to census data. 1 in 4 of the population is under 18, although half of all children are in poverty, while 58% are single-parent households.